Okay, here we go now, please. All right. Again, I do think this is a really good review. All right, and it's a good review. Um, some of them are just solving a systems of equations, and then some of them you have to figure out how to solve the system of equations. All right. Number one, I felt everybody should get this one. However, does everybody see how they try to confuse you by switching up the order of the x and y? Right? Did anybody get the right answer here for this one? The answer was what? Yes. The correct answer is B. Correct answer is B. Now, the next thing you do is you have to say, okay, I'm not sure, or I forgot, or show me how to do that. Carly, where's Carly at? You need some help on this one? You got this one?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So the first thing I want you to do is to write 3x plus 4y equals negative 23, and then negative x plus 2y equals negative 19. You see that? Now, for me, the easiest thing to do would just be to multiply the first equation by 3. I mean the second equation by 3. You agree with that? And that'll eliminate the x. Agreed? So when I multiply that, that becomes negative 3x plus 6y equals negative 57. You agree with that? And then I bring down 3x plus 4y equals negative 23. Hey, listen, all we're doing in here is we're having class and you come in and start having a conversation about something that's going on in the gym. No one wants to hear it.
Could you do it by just like testing out like
We'll get to that. You're right. We'll get to that. All right, let's finish solving. So when I solve this, I end up with 10y is equal to negative 80. You see that? And now I just divide by 10, right? So the y value is what? Negative 8. Now, instead of solving for x, I look at the answers. And why is it okay now? I don't have to do any more work. Because the y value is what? Negative 8. Right? And that's the only one with negative 8. So if I wanted to, I could put negative 8 back in, but it's not necessary because there's only one y value with negative 8. So I don't have to do anything more. Do you agree with that? Now, what Carly is suggesting is a very good idea. If for some crazy reason you forgot how to do it, you could just plug in negative 5 for x and negative 2 for y and see if it works out. Now, it's got to work out for what? For both equations, not just one of them, though. You with me on this? All right. Does anybody have any questions with that? You good? You're good? Anybody else have any questions? Again, guys, I don't want anybody disappointed on Thursday. All right, if you're not asking me, all right, it could be a hard test. All right, now let's take a look at question number 2. I don't know if anybody that actually got this right so far. All right, for whatever reason they thought this was hard. I don't know why it was hard. Will, tell me what to do.
So the answer I got D.
Okay, I'm asking you, how did I get D?
So I did B equals $2 or 2.35 plus 0.25 x, and then just I copied.
That's right.
And then I just so I put 2.35 plus 0.25 equals 1.
Exactly. Thank you, Will. Listen right here, guys. And again, I'm not sure. Does everybody see this? Where the prices are what? Equal. This is the price of beef. This is the price of chicken. We're trying to find when the prices were what? Equal. So a lot of people, I don't understand why they didn't come up with that. All right, so we're just going to set them equal to each other. So I want everybody to write down now 1.75 plus 0.40x equals 2.35 plus 0.25x. Everybody agree with that? And then we do what? Minus 0.25x. Minus 0.25x. Minus 1.75. Minus 1.75. These guys go. 0.15x is equal to 0.60. And if I divide that out, x is what? 4. X is 4. Now, of course, that's not an answer because that's week 4. They want to know what the cost is. So to figure out what the cost is, I take 4 and I plug it in up here for x. And if you have 4 quarters, you have what? $1 plus 2.35 is 3.35. Does everybody agree with that? Okay, now everybody take out your calculators because, again, here's something I don't understand about some of you. All right, if I have no idea how to do a problem and this is going to be get me a good grade, I would do whatever it takes to try to get that good grade. All right, and what I'm saying is I just have 2 equations. Now, can everybody recognize that this might be considered y1 and this might be considered what? y2. Type it in on your calculator and practice finding the point of intersection. Everybody type it in on your calculator and practice finding the point of intersection. Under y1, type in the first equation, and y2, type in the second equation, and then, what's the matter? You don't have your calculator today? Either?
I think it.
Come on, it's a big day on Thursday now. You got to be ready. Did you leave it at your house, maybe?
No, I put it in my own. It was my side pocket at lunch. It might be like.
Well, go check real quick. That's kind of important. Hurry up, hurry up. I mean it, Max. You all right? You have your calculator? Come on, get it out. What about you? Get out your calculator and listen to what I'm telling you to do. I want you to type that into y1 and y2 and then find the point of intersection. Do you know how to find the point of intersection, or do I need to remind you?
I do. I just only have a problem with figuring out on here, fix those.
I know. So that's what I'm telling you. Let him listen to me. Second, calc. You know where the calc button is? At the top. Show him. And then the intersection button is 5. And then hit enter, 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 and bingo. It comes up with 4, 3.35. If you can't do that, I want to know. I want to know.
It's not working.
Isn't there a step after that?
Well, your calculator battery is dead.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to charge it. Okay? You have to charge it. All right? You found it?
Yeah.
Did you get it now? Yeah. Did you get it, Alex? Julia, what about you?
Oh,
All right, I want everybody to get this. I'll let you borrow mine and then make a note somewhere.
I'll charge
Don't
it.
forget to charge, because,
I'll try it.
come on, don't forget. Did you get it on your calculator? You got it? You helping him?
Oh, I did it.
You got it? Make sure she knows how to do it. You guys got it all? You good? You got it? Ben, you got it? You got it? Colin, you all good with that? Julia, you got it? All right, let's move forward now. Can you plug it in? Calculate the intersection. Second. Calculate intersection. There it is. You with me? All right. Here we go. Next problem, please. Now, again, this was pretty straightforward. So who got number 3? What'd you get? Thank you.
-4.
Somebody said -4. Was that correct? What did you get?
I got 7.
Yeah, 7. I don't think it's
got
negative.
7.
I don't think it's -4. What did you get?
I got -5.
-5. So we got some work to do here, guys. All right, and I mean this now. For those of you guys who are not sure, let's figure this out now. All right, what's the value of what? What are we looking for? X. So if I'm looking for X, I need to eliminate what?
The X. I mean the Y.
You need to eliminate the Y value. All right, so I need to eliminate the Y, so I'm going to multiply the top equation by what? Negative 2. All right, so when I multiply that by negative 2, I get negative 2x minus 2y equals 18. And then x plus 2y equals negative 25. Negative x equals negative 7. So x equals 7. Alex, you okay? Colin, is that better now?
Yeah, I just did it a different way.
Well, you made a mistake at some point, right? I'm trying to make, what I'm saying is, I understand your mistake. I'm trying to make sure that you solved it the way I did. All right? You're trying to find x, which means you need to eliminate the y value. Julia, are you okay? You understand that? Girls, all right? I'm telling you now, like I said, I got another test Thursday, and I'm not giving you a hard time. You know that, right? I'm trying to make sure you're good. Do you understand that? And you never talk to me, so I can't tell. Right? You're good. All right, yeah, number 4, we said that yesterday. I said, it's my mistake. I don't know what, I accidentally just put it twice. Okay, who got number 5 correct? Go speak up, man. You've been working hard. I appreciate it. Yeah. What'd you get? B. Anybody else? Is that what you got, Ben? Girls? Everybody's okay? Alex, you want me to do it, or are you feeling good about B? You got B. Wow, I'm happy. Very good. Does anybody need me to do this problem? Yeah, I'll do it. Okay. So now again, the reason why this is important is because they switch the words up a little bit and try to confuse you. Money goes with money. Quantity goes with quantity. What does that mean? That means how many salads and, what are we talking about? Salads and drinks did you sell? 209. Is everybody with me? So we're talking about what? Salads and what? Drinks, right? So one of your equations should have been salads plus drinks is 209. So that was a quantity. How many of each do you have? Do you agree with that? Then the next one is we have to deal with is the price, right? $2, $6.50, and $836.50. Does everybody agree with that? So now what? So now, how much for a salad? 6.5 for a salad. How much for a drink? And then that would equal how much money? $836.50. Does that make sense, boys? Now, I want to know how many salads. So if I want to know how many salads, I have to eliminate the what? I have to eliminate the D, the drinks. Right? So I'm going to multiply the top equation by what? By negative 2. So that would be negative 2s minus 2d equals negative 418. Is everybody okay with that? Now when you add that together, it looks to me like I have 4.5s is equal to, I think, $418.50. Is that right? And then just divide by 4.5. So if I'm not mistaken, S is equal to what? 93. Where are you at in this? All of that makes sense. Okay. Good. Anybody else? Jesse, you good? Colin, good? Alex, make sense? All right, let's move forward. All right, now I want to just try to show you something also right here. I'm highlighting. X plus y equals 0. What does that mean about x and y? They could both be 0. Very good. All right. What else could they be? Ben, tell us. One is negative and one is in order for them to cancel out, right? So now the reason why I'm telling you this is I'm trying to make you a better test taker. If you realize that x plus y has to equal 0, then I know it cannot be, no way, A or D. Because you want them to be opposites. Because if you add them, do those equal 0? No. Does everybody agree with that? All right. So, quickest way is just to multiply this guy by what? 2. So we get 2x plus 2y equals 0. If you add that, 5x equals 10, so x equals 2. So correct answer was what? B. Correct answer was B. Will, you still doing good? I keep asking you just to make sure. You got it? Hopefully this is good. All right. Now, 7. And by the way, I just keep harping back to this because on Thursday is our test. 3 of the questions will be SAT, and then 7 of them will be from your old worksheets. 8 of them will be graded, and 2 of them will be extra credit. Does everybody understand that? Right? So if you're 8 for 8, you can try extra credit. If you make a mistake on one, I just won't count it. Does that make sense? I'm going to grade your best 8. Right? So if you run out of time and you only get 8 questions, that means I'm going to have to grade all what? I'm going to have to grade all 8. You can leave 2 blank. Right? So if one of them you have trouble with and you're going, I don't know how to do that one very well, you could skip it. All right? I think that's totally fair. Okay? But again, I try to tell you, there's 30 questions. You should be trying to review 10, 10, 10, or 15, 15, and doing this whatever you can to do better. Same exact problems, just different numbers. All right? So here we go. Now, I need everybody to put a star on number 7. I think this is the hard one. And, of course, this is one that I'm just going to tell you is going to be on the test. Something similar to this is on the test. All right? So now it says here that we have what? Infinitely many solutions. So who remembers what infinitely many solutions meant? It was the what? It was the same line. It was the same exact line. Is everybody with me on this? Right? So if something has the same line, what's true about the slope? If the slope is the same. Does everybody agree with me? All right? So I'm trying to figure out what A over B is. All right? So the first thing I want to talk to you about is if they are infinitely many, that means it's the same line. So I'm going to figure out what the slope is. So if I figure out what the slope is, here it's going to be 8y is equal to negative 2x plus 60. Does everybody agree with that? And then I divide both sides by 8. Divide by 8. So the slope here is negative 1/4. Does everybody agree with that? All right. If the slope is negative 1/4, now I want you to solve the top equation for y. Hello? Hello? Yeah. No. All right. All right. Carly, Mr. Smith needs to see you and Kate, but it's not a good time, so the last 2 minutes of class. All right, so here we go. Look here. Hey, no. We're not. No one even cares. No one's even discussing it. I don't even care. I just care about math. All right, that's all we're focused on. So now I'm going to take a look at this right here. I'm going to solve that, and I'm going to try to find the slope there. So here we go. To find the slope, all right, I need to solve for y. So by equals negative ax plus 12. And then I have to divide by b. I don't really care about the y-intercept. The only thing I care about is the what? The slope. Because the slopes are what? The slopes are equal. So we could say that negative a over b is equal to what? Negative 1/4.
What is negative ax?
X is not the slope. The number in front of the x is the
Oh,
slope,
sorry.
right? Now, do I really care what the two negatives? It's asking for a over b, not negative. So because of that, I would just change that to a what? Plus. So a over b is technically just what? A over b is what? 1/4. A over b is 1/4. Everybody okay with that? Again, look that problem over because there's one on the test just very similar to that. All right, very similar. Any questions? Good.
Can I just talk to you after class about a question?
Good idea. All right, number 8, here we go. Now, this is one I didn't really discuss with you, the inequalities, because I thought it was kind of easy. All right, I want to see if I'm correct. I want to look up here and see if we can set up the inequality. All right, because I don't think it's really that hard. All right, so let's read it real quick. It says a worker uses a forklift to move boxes that weigh either 40 pounds or 65 pounds. So that's the important part. 40 pounds, and let X be the 40 pounds. And then Y would be the what? And then Y would be the 65. Is everybody with me on that? So then the total weight would be 40X, right? And 65Y. Is everybody okay with that? Hello? 40X plus 65Y. That would be the total weight, right? So 40X and 65Y. 40X and 65Y. 40X and 65Y. So do we agree that I can easily cross out what? B. Now, the weight is what? The weight is 2,400 pounds. Does everybody agree with that? Now, it says that the forklift can carry up to 2,400 pounds. So that means it's going to be equal or what? Yes. Right? Less than or equal to. So A is still a possibility. Is C a possibility? No, because it says the 45. So C is out. Is D okay? Yes. Now, how many boxes can it handle? 45. Now, it can carry up to 45. So then it has to be what? Less than or equal to. So X plus Y has to be less than or equal to 45. So I know right off the bat that what? D is no good. So my answer, I really just don't think that's that hard. Right? Does everybody agree? We can do that. All right. So here we go. Check out number 9. Number 9 is pretty simple here. Here we go. For question number 9, I need to multiply the top by what? Multiply the top by, and then the bottom by what? If we're going to choose 2, yeah, negative 3. All right, that will eliminate the y's, and you were right. Hey, Will, you can do it your way. You would just be eliminated the what? X's. They decided to eliminate the y first. So this would be 4x minus 6y equals negative 28. And then negative 9x plus 6y equals 18. So we agree that would be negative 5x equals negative 10. So x is equal to 2. Agreed? Now I need the y value. So I'm going to plug 2 in up here. So 4 minus 3y equals negative 14. Negative 3y equals negative 18, so y is equal to what? 6. And we want x minus y. Yes, negative 4. 2 minus 6, negative 4. Anybody have any questions with that? Good? All right. So now, last one for me today. Now it says here that the equations this time, instead of infinite, have what? No solution, which means that the lines are what? The lines are parallel, which means what's about the slope? The slopes are equal. The slopes are equal. Is everybody hearing me? All right, so now I want everybody to do the slopes, and I want you to set the slopes equal to each other and solve it. You got 1 minute. You're busy. Find the slopes like we did in the last problem and set them equal, and then you'll be fine. Let's go. Okay. Now again, we said that the slopes are equal. Slopes are equal. So I want to find the slope here. So stay with me. The bottom, solving for y, I get negative 5y equals negative 4x plus 7 divided by negative 5. So the slope of that line is what? Come on. 4 over 5. Thank you very much. The slope of that line is 4/5. Everybody agreed? Now, I have to find the slope of the top line. So here we go. Kx minus 3y equals 4. Negative 3y equals negative kx plus 4 divided by negative 3. So I have y equals. Is everybody good with this? Right? So now, the slope here is what? What is the slope? K over 3. Everybody agree with that? The slope is k over 3. So now I have k over 3 is equal to 4/5. Everybody agree? And now it's just what? Cross multiply, or just multiply both sides by 3. So k has to be what? 12 over 5.
Why would you look for
To isolate the k. You don't have to treat it as a proportion. You can if you want, but it's just easy to just multiply both sides by 3.
How's k over 3 equal to 4/5?
Because remember, they're parallel.
Oh.
So slopes are equal. Do you agree? So my answer is what? A. All right. Now, again, guys, I already gave him a little speech about you got to study now. You almost got a week off. All right. Big day on Thursday. Got to study some tonight, study some tomorrow. Be ready on Thursday. Do a little bit every night. You'll be in good shape. All right. Your job tonight is to try to do 11 through 20 and do some reviewing. I will finish these problems up with you tomorrow. All right, I looked through them. They seem pretty basic. There's a couple of them that are kind of hard. All right, don't just look at it and say it's hard, I can't do it. Try it before you give up on it. All right, now, you two have to go see Mr. Smith. Get to work.